Welcome to MTN Outdoors.
Welcome everybody to MTN Outdoors. I'm once again your guide, Andy Curtis. And we're here on the front lawn of the state capitol for this week's episode because, if you didn't notice, we are smack dab in the middle of the 68th Montana legislative session. Meaning what happens up there has ripple effects for all of us out here. So we'll see what decisions are being made and conversations are being had up there under the dome. We'll also take a trip to some of our state's cattle ranches to chew the fat on Montana meat. But first, before we get to any of that, lace up those hiking boots as we trek down to Anaconda because more of our public land is now being made available to all of us. MTN's John Amey starts things off with a look at the Mount Hagen Wildlife Management Area.
Just behind me, beyond that bridge, is more than 800 additional acres to the Mount Hagen Wildlife Management Area near Anaconda, giving a lot more elbow room to those who enjoy recreating in the great outdoors.
Hunting and fishing, then cross-country skiing, snowmobiling, snowshoeing. So it's just a paradise of outdoor recreational opportunities.
Governor Greg Gianforte celebrated the acquisition of the 829-acre parcel known as the Willow Creek Addition, which will provide more access to the 56,000-acre Mount Hagen Wildlife Management Area. The Land Board approved the purchase of this addition last year by a vote of 3-2.
Outdoor recreation is really part of who we are here in Montana, and acquiring this for the state to expand this wildlife management area is going to improve habitat, increase recreational opportunities, and we're just thrilled to get it done.
After a quick stop at the site in sub-zero temperatures, the governor and wildlife officials retreated to the cozier confines of Sugarloaf Lodge and Cabins for scones and coffee. The owner of the lodge said he supports more access to public lands.
Anytime we can sew up or complete a block of land for the public to use, sportsmen, recreationists, I think that's fantastic.
Wildlife officials say this management area is important to wildlife because it's a winter range.
So winter range allows that wildlife to stay on the wildlife management area. And so in that way, it's part of FWP's long-term relationship with the ranching community.
A refuge in a place where winter arrives early and leaves late.
We're still farming snow up here on the mountain when they're raking leaves and mowing grass in the valleys. So,
near Anaconda, John Amey, MTN News.
Now I know technically we are a couple of months into 2023 already, but for me, the new year doesn't officially start until March 1st. That's because that's when we have to re-up our hunting and fishing licenses. And it doesn't hurt to pick up a fresh copy of one of these. Now there's a lot of information in these new regulations, so I decided to go to the source and talk with Greg Lemon over at Fish, Wildlife and Parks to see if there's any big changes that we need to know about. And he had some good news for all of you who don't like change very much.
This is what we call an off-cycle year, so every other year we do season settings where we review all of the regulations with the public so the public can weigh in on all of our hunting regulations, and then we go through a pretty lengthy process of getting feedback from the public on what they'd like to see change, working with our staff on developing changes and bringing those changes back to the public and then ultimately to the commission. But right now we're in that off-cycle year, so this is one of those years where you wouldn't expect to see very many changes.
Well, that's pretty good, but you can't just dust off your 2022 regulations and call it good this year. Because as Greg told me, there is one small change to pay attention to.
And there's a bit of a change in our regulations that hunters will notice. On our licenses, there'll be a quota range. And in the past, there's just been a number for quota for those licenses.
Outside of that, if anybody has any additional questions, Greg said give their hotline a call at 406-444-2888. 2950, and someone should be able to walk you through the license process. And also, don't forget about the My FWP mobile app as another resource for keeping your tags organized. And no show talking about potential changes to wildlife management here in Montana would be complete without talking about grizzly bears. And the Montana Senate has endorsed a bill that would let the state set rules for handling grizzly bears if the federal government removes them from the list of endangered and threatened wildlife here in Montana. Senate Bill 295, sponsored by Republican Senator Butch Gillespie of Etheridge, passed 37-13 on February 24th on a preliminary vote. Now, this bill would commit the state to managing grizzlies at their recovered population. It would allow landowners to kill a grizzly that is attacking or killing livestock, but require them to consult with Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks on how to respond if a bear is simply threatening livestock. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service announced earlier this month that it would study whether grizzly populations have recovered enough that they can be delisted in the Greater Yellowstone ecosystem and the Northern Continental Divide ecosystem. Supporters of SB 295 say it will get the state in line with federal requirements if they are cleared to take over management. During the floor session on that Friday, senators voted to amend the bill to say the state will adopt rules before delisting occurs, instead of after. Gillespie said that change was requested by federal authorities. In a committee hearing on SB 295, it drew support from livestock owners who said the bill would create greater legal clarity for them. Opponents, like several conservation organizations, said the term threatening wasn't well defined and that the state should put more emphasis on non-legal management of grizzlies. And as luck would have it, that brings us to this week's MTN Outdoors trivia question. And I know I've been throwing you some softball questions here recently, so I'm turning up the difficulty just a little bit for this week and seeing how well you know grizzly bears here in Montana. So here we go. South of Canada, there are 6 grizzly subpopulations located in Wyoming, Washington, Idaho, and Montana. How many of those are at least partially located here in Big Sky Country? A, 2 of those subpopulations. B, 3 of those subpopulations. Or C, 4 of those subpopulations. Write down your answer, put it in a bear-safe container, hang it from a tree away from camp, and we'll have your answer when we come back.
We now return to MTN Outdoors.
Welcome back, everybody. Now, before the break, I asked you this week's MTN Outdoors trivia question, and it's a difficult one. So if you need to see it one more time, here it is. South of Canada, there are 6 grizzly subpopulations located between Wyoming, Washington, Idaho, and right here in Montana. How many of those subpopulations, though, are located at least partially here in Big Sky Country? Is it A, 2, B, 3, or C, 4 of those 6 subpopulations? Now, this is a tricky one, so if you answered C, 4, then pat yourself on the back. And those 4 are the Northern Continental Divide, Greater Yellowstone, Cabinet Yaak, and Bitterroot. And with the weather fluctuating as much as it has been across the state here recently, I wouldn't be too shocked if we started seeing some more grizzly sign out there. I also wouldn't be too shocked if we started to see the ice get a lot thinner, like here at the Helena Regulating Reservoir, which means the next time you go out ice fishing, like a lot of these fellas here behind me, you're going to have to be extra careful. MTN's Keanu Wilson has our story.
Every year it's the same, and it's literally from day to day. It's Montana for you. We get summer some days and winter some days, and you get all 4 seasons in one day, so it changes from day to day.
Tony Corbett's been ice fishing during Montana's winters for about 12 years and has experienced all ice conditions.
Currently, from my experiences, most of the fishable lakes have pretty good solid ice on it right now.
While the warm weather didn't have a big impact on the ice, it's still important to be aware of the conditions.
So ice conditions around the valley are actually pretty good on most of our lakes. Some of the bigger bodies of water like Flathead are always tough. The higher lakes, still lots of really good ice out there.
But we're nearing the end of ice fishing season. That means caution and preparation is more important than ever.
Don't trust your ice, check your ice. Take a spud bar, especially as we're kind of getting towards the end of February. that ice is going to start coming out pretty quick, and contrary to what you would think, it actually starts at the edges of the lake and will start pulling out. So the shallower areas actually lose ice faster than the deeper parts of the lake.
Fortunately for fishermen, local shops like Snappy's have updates on ice conditions.
It's been a good year, and I think I had a feeling this was going to be a long season compared to some of the previous ones. We've had some milder winters, you know, and this one I think is going to be a good long season.
In Kalispell, Kiana Wilson, MTN News.
All right, I know this might sound crazy, but living in a state where it's winter 13 months out of the year actually might be good for your health. Don't be mad at me though. MTN's Phil Van Pelt has a story on the benefits of cold temperatures.
It may feel cold outside at a couple degrees below zero, but that's nothing compared to how cold it is inside this chamber at over 200 below. And believe it or not, this punishment is good for you.
When it's this cold outside, most do what they can to stay inside, but not this guy.
For me, I'm pretty used to it, so I just stand in here. Some people have to move a little bit, you know, shake, shiver, but you know, for me, I just pretty much stay here.
Colton Kramer utilizes this cryotherapy chamber 3 times a week and says the relief he feels from prior injuries is just the tip of the iceberg for what it provides.
It's good for decreasing pain, inflammation, and swelling. It's good for muscle recovery. It can increase collagen production, reverse signs of aging, give you energy, increases endorphins, stuff like that.
It's immune stimulating, but it's also just stimulating to you as a person.
Dr. Joy Stevens is a naturopathic physician in Billings and knows firsthand the benefits the cold can have.
And you know how sometimes you get out of a hot shower and you're kind of groggy and you know you just kind of ugh. If you end on cold, you're going to get out invigorated.
It heightens awareness, but Stevens says there's another hidden boost.
It views that cold as a stressor on the body. And when the body gets stressed, often it responds with an immune response. In a positive immune response.
Stevens says it can also help you sleep better. One of the reasons the treatment has become a daily routine for Kramer.
I definitely notice some days, like when I do the cryotherapy, that my sleep schedule is a little bit better. I sleep soundly through the night and wake up very refreshed.
All from spending a few moments frozen in place while giving new meaning to the phrase chill out. In Billings, Phil Van Pelt, MTN News.
Well, it might not be exactly the same thing as a tank of freezing cold air in Billings, but on some ranches during calving season here in Montana, it sure feels as cold as 200 degrees below zero. But ranch life never stops. MTN's Kelsey Marison has a story about how our ranchers keep their animals happy and healthy as those temperatures plummet.
Most of us can't handle being out in this cold weather for more than a couple seconds right now. But livestock doesn't have many options. Newborn calves need extra help staying warm. So cattle ranchers have their hands full between birthing and keeping the babies alive.
Do you name any of them?
Oh, no.
No.
That's
what
silly.
about Thunder?
Thunder?
It's a family business.
My dad was in high school, grew up here since then, and it's me and my older brother and my dad and my boyfriend that are here now.
Generations working together, raising cattle. Olivia Lee has helped deliver her fair share of animals.
The calf that was born this morning at 4, that's a 3rd generation AI calf. It's so fun to see daughters out of cows, you know, become mothers.
But calving season in Montana isn't easy, especially during weeks like this.
If you're in the north and you have cows and you're calving in the winter, you're losing calves and doing your best to keep as many alive as you can.
So cattle ranchers have to put in extra work to keep their herds alive.
Me and my boyfriend are checking every 2 hours.
Winter storms and cold snaps can often be deadly for young cattle. Last April was especially challenging in eastern Montana.
That did bring quite a few calf deaths, more than you'd typically see in a year. But the reason for that was not just because it was so cold, but because we were seeing just massive amounts of snow and everything drifted. And so a lot of producers couldn't even access their cattle.
Tristan Fagler is an agriculture agent for Montana State University. and says there are several things she encourages ranchers to do.
First and foremost, increase the amount of feed you're giving to your livestock. In addition to that, having a really good vaccination program can help protect your calves, as well as having your cows in good health, and then providing some dry and warm place for cows to go if they need shelter.
Keeping the cows dry and well fed, something Olivia Lee is already doing to protect her cattle.
We are feeding the cows more extra hay to keep them warm. We're also chopping ice morning and night, making sure that they have available water when they need it.
A round-the-clock job that Montana cattle ranchers are used to. In Billings, Kelsey Marison, MTN News.
Stick around, everybody, because we're staying on the ranch when we come back and taking a look at the rise in demand for local beef here in Big Sky Country. There's plenty more MTN Outdoors to come right after this.
We now return to MTN Outdoors.
Welcome back, everybody. Do you remember that commercial where the little old lady was asking, "Where's the beef?" Well, it's right here in Big Sky Country, and the demand for Montana meat is on the rise lately. MTN's Cade Mentor has a look.
Here, under here is more steaks, New York. Really, the market's shaping up to where there could be quite a high demand.
Buying local is one of the many things Montanans are known for, and with concerns rising about the prices of beef, we checked into a couple beef dealers in north central Montana to get a closer look on demand. While 89 Farm and Ranch may be a newly licensed beef retailer, it didn't take long for owner Greg Thompson to see a big demand for local beef.
Burger and steaks and roasts, yeah, there's been pretty good demand for those, and also in the just in the calf market.
The high demand, however, has posed some challenges, particularly with the cost of processing.
Like I have to pay $185 per animal kill fee plus $1.20 a pound to get it processed without any extras, and then the transportation cost of taking it to and from the USDA and state inspected processing facilities because there's none close by.
Just over 50 miles east is Malik Angus Ranch. Owner Ty Malik says he's also seen an increase in demand, but likewise, there are frustrations when it comes to prices.
No, I feel like the beef demand has been good, but you can see the price stuff going up. We have to raise our price all the time because our prices in our butcher plants just keeps going up. So the processing and transportation of these cattle is just getting higher and higher with the fuel price.
The third-generation rancher sells his products to various restaurants across the state, adding various proteins, as customers continue to stock up on beef.
We try to work a lot with them, but it's a real challenge because you only get so many steaks off a cow. We've got way more ground beef business than we have steak business because an old timer told me when I started this beef business that remember you're a burger company before you're a steak company. Everybody goes and sells their steaks first, and that's what should be the thing you sell last because you got to be able to get rid of the ground beef because that's what you get the most of off a cow.
Both sellers say as of recent years, the drive for customers to buy local has been on the uptick, something they say more people should prioritize moving forward. In north central Montana, Cade Mentor, MTN News.
One of the main reasons that people are really stampeding to Montana beef right now is the high bar of quality that our producers set. And that's especially true after a recent discovery with some foreign producers. MTN's Ryan Gamboa has the story.
In January of 2022, according to the USDA, Brazilian imports of beef were up 500%. That's 100 million pounds of beef.
We need to keep looking at what the Brazilians are doing and making sure that they're playing by the rules like everyone else is.
That's John Grandy, president of the Montana Stock Growers Association. On Thursday, BSE, better known as mad cow disease, was confirmed in Brazil.
Because they've had cases reported in Brazil, that does not mean that our beef supply is in any way unsafe. The United States has some of the strictest, most careful standards for safe beef in the world, and anything that we know of this situation at this point doesn't change that.
Despite the United States regulations on foreign beef, United States Senators John Tester and Mike Rounds reintroduced a bipartisan legislation to ban Brazilian beef imports. Senator Tester shared in a statement. In quote, as a third-generation farmer, I have repeatedly demanded that America stop accepting beef from Brazil. Our ranchers here in Montana raise the best beef, and consumers can trust that it is safe. He went on to add that to block Brazilian beef imports until they can prove that their products meet our health and safety standards.
While this isolated incident may not be a huge deal, whether they are following the rules and being a responsible player, that is a big deal, because it could be very huge if one of these other things like foot and mouth were to crop up.
Jan McDonald is a member of the Montana Cattlemen's Association and producer, and she says that the problem goes further.
Educate the consumer as to the situation. If you're walking down the street and just talk to anybody and say, do you know what you buy when you go to the grocery store? And they'll say they haven't got a clue. You go to the restaurant and you ask them where their beef's from. They can't tell you. And we feel that people have the right to know.
Jan and her husband run 1,200 acres of pasture land near Fairfield. In her eyes, Brazil is a threat to the entire cattle industry.
And it's a proven fact that I don't know that there's another country that produces the quality of beef that the United States does. The future of agriculture is not real promising.
Currently, no cases of BSE have been reported in the United States. Delaying reporting of cases is a cover of lenient food safety procedures, raising concerns of foot and mouth disease, African swine fever, and RCAF USA. In Great Falls, Ryan Gamboa, MTN News.
Well, that should just about do it for us here this week at MTN Outdoors. Thanks for spending some time with me, everybody. And yeah, you know what I'm going to say. Send me your photos of you enjoying the great outdoors here in Montana to andy.curtis@ktvh.com, and you could find yourself at the end of a future episode just like these pictures. It's time for this week's MTN Outdoors brag board. Our first pick this week comes to us from David. He sent this in early Monday morning from Spokane Creek near Helena of the Northern Lights show that we were all treated to over the weekend. Very cool photo, man. Thanks for sharing it with us. And our very own Curtis Grevenitz did a great weather-wise on this phenomena. If you want to learn more, you can find that on our YouTube page and website, ktvh.com. And keeping our eyes on the skies, this next picture was sent in by another David of another pretty cool sight in the night sky. Here's Venus and Jupiter side by side. Thanks a lot for sharing this, David. Pretty incredible stuff. And I'm glad to see Uranus isn't included in this picture. I think we're only allowed to show 2 planets at once. And finally, here's Ken and his buddy Mike doing some fishing below the Holter Dam. Nice rainbow there, Ken, and even nicer hat. Thanks again, everybody, for making me a part of your week and sending in those photos. And until next time, stay safe, stay warm, and I'll see you out there.